If you can't sleep at night, it's probably not because you're not tired. It's because your brain won't shut off. I struggled with this for a long time until I realized that sleep doesn't start when your head hits the pillow. It's actually about an hour earlier, how you start the process of sleeping. Let me show you the simple routine that changed everything for me. The science-based routine that uses psychology to calm your nervous system. Your systematic ally to lower your stress and build a new neural superhighway for restorative sleep night after night. This isn't just another list of tips. It's a protocol. And when you're done, you'll have a step-by-step blueprint to finally reclaim your nights and transform your energy during the day. You'll feel so much better. I don't know about you, but I have tried everything. The apps, the supplements, meditation, essential oils, everything you could possibly think of, and nothing has ever really worked. Maybe you downloaded that meditation app only to find out that the voice on the app was driving you crazy. Or maybe you've tried the supplements that leave you feeling like a zombie the next day. You're not alone. Let's be honest, something like 1 in 3 adults has problems with poor sleep, and we're constantly told the answer is just one purchase away, one download, one hack. But none of it really works because we're just trying one little quick tip. We're not diving into the overall process of sleep. And here's the problem with that. It completely misses the root cause. The issue isn't the lack of sleepiness. We're all exhausted. It's an abundance of alertness. Our brains are just stuck on the on position. And once I understood that, everything I thought about sleep completely changed for me. And hopefully this will change things for you as well. Let's think of our nervous system as having 2 modes. You've got the sympathetic nervous system, our fight or flight mode. It's designed to keep us alert and ready for action, pumping out stress hormones like cortisol, which we all know now is pretty bad. Then you have the parasympathetic nervous system, our rest and relax mode. This is the one that allows for relaxation, recovery, and deep sleep. In our modern world, we spend the entire day in fight or flight mode. Work. It's crazy, right? We check emails late into the night. We scroll through stressful news feeds and watch stimulating shows right before bed. Those are the best ones, right? We essentially are flooring the gas pedal all day, and then at 11 p.m., we slam on the brakes and wonder why the car won't stop on a dime. We just want to jump into bed and fall asleep immediately. Well, that's not the way our brains work. We can't switch instantly from go, go, go to sleep, sleep, sleep. You have to guide your body towards sleep. And that's exactly what this 60-minute habit is going to do for you. So how do we manually flip the switch from on to off? We do it by creating a structured, predictable wind-down routine. A good routine isn't just about doing relaxing things. It's about sending consistent, powerful signals to your brain and body that the day is over and it's safe to power down. This whole protocol is built on 3 key scientific principles. First, your circadian rhythm. This is your body's internal 24-hour clock, and its biggest cue is light. Exposure to bright light, especially blue light from our screens, screams, wake up, to your brain. This shuts down the production of melatonin, the hormone that makes you feel tired. A proper wind-down routine has to start with managing light. Second is understanding the relationship between cortisol and melatonin. Think of them like 2 kids on a seesaw. When cortisol, the stress hormone, is high, melatonin is low. Your evening habits can either keep cortisol jacked up, sabotaging your sleep, or they can help it naturally fall, allowing melatonin to rise. This routine is designed to gently help lower that cortisol side on the seesaw. And third, this is the most important one, neural pathways. Your brain is a learning machine, It builds connections based on what you do over and over and over again. If you consistently take your stress and anxiety to bed with you, you are literally training your brain that bed is the place for worrying. I did this for a very long time, trust me on it. You've built a strong neural pathway from your pillow to a racing mind. The goal of our 60-minute habit is to demolish that old pathway and build a new automatic one, a super highway that leads directly from your routine to deep sleep. All right, let's get to the good stuff. We're going to build this new neural superhighway using a concept from James Clear's book, Atomic Habits. If you haven't read it yet, you have to. It's really great. This one is called habit stacking. The idea is brilliant and it's simple. You link a new habit you want to build to an old habit you already have. This eases the process. This way, instead of relying on willpower or remembering a dozen new sleep tips, you just anchor them to things you do every single night without thinking. We're going to structure our 60 minutes into 4 distinct 15-minute blocks. This makes the whole hour feel way less intimidating and gives each block a clear job. You'll start this routine exactly 60 minutes before you want to be asleep. And if you don't know what time you should be asleep, what time do you want to wake up in the morning? Count 7 to 8 hours back. That's your time. And then count 1 hour back to start your routine. If your bedtime is 10:30 p.m., you'll start at 9:30 p.m. Consistency is key here. You have to do it every night. Are you game? Let's walk through it. Okay, here's the first 15-minute step. It's the most critical. You have to create a digital sunset. This means all screens go off. No phone, no TV, no laptop, no tablet. All of them, put them away. Put your phone on Do Not Disturb. And this is key, put it in another room to charge. That way the temptation is removed. This one step can eliminate the biggest source of mental stimulation. We're getting rid of the melatonin crushing blue light. I know, a whole hour without your phone. Are you starting to twitch a little? I get it, but try it anyway. It will be worth it, I promise. Next, dim the lights in your space to 50% or less. Now close your eyes for just a minute. No, really, close your eyes. I promise it'll just take a minute. Pull from your memory banks the last time you observed a beautiful sunset. Picture it in your mind. Remember the feeling that you had in that moment. Now describe that feeling in one word. What word comes to mind? Is it relaxed, calm, satisfied, happy? Okay, you can open your eyes now. Thanks for playing along. The point is, we need to recapture that feeling each and every night. Lamps with dimmers are your best friend here. If you want to get bonus points, use warm red or amber tone bulbs because those colors have a minimal effect on your circadian rhythm. You're basically mimicking a natural sunset, which sends a huge signal to your brain to start producing melatonin. During this time, change into your pajamas and do any last-minute tidying. The goal is to prep your environment and remove any reason to even think about your phone. Okay, we're moving into our second 15-minute block, the gratitude stack. Here's our first habit stack. You already brush your teeth every night, right? Hopefully. That's your anchor. From now on, while you're brushing your teeth, you're going to do a simple gratitude exercise. Mentally list 3 specific things from that day that you were genuinely grateful for. Not just my family or my dog or my cat, but something specific, like the way my partner made me laugh today, or that quiet moment with my morning coffee. Now, I know a lot of people think this is all a bunch of fluff, and if that's you, try writing down every thought you think about yourself for one day. You may be shocked. Most of us have really critical internal monologue. Now, imagine you were trapped in an elevator with someone who talked to you like this for the whole time. Say you were only in there for 5 minutes. How quickly would you want to run out of that elevator the minute the doors opened? right? Now, what if that person was pleasant and kind? Would the time trapped in the elevator be easier or less stressful? Gratitude is a powerful psychological tool that actively shifts your mindset. It takes your brain out of stress mode. It forces your mind to scan for positives instead of replaying all of your anxieties. After you finish brushing your teeth, we stack one more micro habit. Take 60 seconds to do box breathing. This is inhaling for 4 seconds, holding for 4 seconds, and exhaling for 4 seconds, and holding for another 4 seconds. It's a direct calm down button for your nervous system. Okay, on to the next 15-minute block. Okay, now we're 30 minutes before sleep time, right? We've started to quiet the mind. Now it's time to release the day's tension from our bodies. For the first 5 minutes, you'll do progressive muscle relaxation, or PMR. Lying down or sitting, up to you, systematically tense a muscle group for 5 seconds and then completely release it. Start with your toes, curl them up tight, hold, and then let go completely. Move up to your calves, your thighs, your hips, all the way up to your head. PMR is incredibly effective at easing anxiety. Think of each muscle as a wet sponge that soaked up all the day's stress. PMR is the process of wringing out that sponge and getting rid of it. We often don't realize how much tension we have even stored up during the day until we try this. You will definitely feel the difference. For the next 10 minutes, you have a choice. You can do some very gentle stretching. Think of it as child's pose, not a full yoga routine. Or take a warm shower. This works because it raises your core body temperature, and then when you get out, there's a rapid drop in temperature. And that's a massive biological trigger that tells your body it's time for sleep. The goal here is just to release tightness. In a minute, I'm going to show you this one part of the routine that made the biggest difference for me. But first, if you're finding this valuable and you're ready to finally master your sleep, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button. This channel is all about actionable steps to help you upgrade your life, and I'd love for you to be part of our community. Okay, it's the final 15-minute block. You're in bed now, the lights are dim, your body is relaxed. The final step is about guiding your mind across the finish line and into sleepy time. Start with a brief body scan. Just bring your awareness to the tips of your toes and slowly scan up your body, just noticing the feeling of weight and relaxation without any judgment. Then you'll use one of the most powerful breathing techniques for sleep, the 4-7-8 breath. It's so simple. You inhale through your nose for a count of 4, hold your breath for a count of 7, and then exhale completely through your mouth for a count of 8, making a quiet whoosh sound, like that's one round. You'll do 4 to 6 rounds in this last segment. That long exhale is the secret sauce. It profoundly activates your rest and digest system, making it almost impossible to stay anxious. If you're still awake after this, that's perfectly fine. The final step is to pick up a physical book, not an e-reader, nothing with screens, a physical, real book, and read next to a dim lamp until your eyelids start to feel heavy. When you feel that first real wave of sleepiness, don't fight it. Put the book down, turn off the light, and close your eyes. Okay, so let's examine why this works. This protocol is so effective because it's a synergistic sequence. You're not just doing one thing. You're actively managing your biology and psychology. You're lowering cortisol, which enables melatonin. You're releasing the physical tension from your body. And most importantly, you're building that new powerful neural pathway that your brain will automatically associate with deep sleep. Our bodies are designed to respond to patterns, not quick fixes. So we have to create that pattern that tells our body it's time to sleep. Now, here's a few quick answers to some common questions. What if I don't have 60 minutes to do this? Start with 30. The consistency of the routine is more important than the length, especially at first. You can always add time later. What if I miss a night? Don't sweat it. This isn't about perfection. It's about consistency over time. Just get right back to the routine the next night. It takes a few weeks for a new habit to feel automatic, so be patient with yourself. I tried it, but my mind was still racing. Totally normal at the beginning. The goal is to practice guiding your attention back when it wanders. Back to your breath. Back to that feeling of your muscles releasing. It's a skill, and just like any other skill, you'll get better with practice. If your mind tends to race at night like mine does, one thing that's helped me is using ChatGPT earlier in the evening to get those thoughts out of my head. Use the microphone icon to just talk it all out. I literally ask it something like, help me process what's been on my mind all day, and I just brain dump everything. It's like clearing the mental clutter before I even start my nighttime routine. Knowing that all those to-dos and ideas are stored somewhere safe will help your mind let go of them. If you still have racing thoughts after doing this routine for 4 weeks, talk to your doctor about it. It will be really helpful to your physician if you bring a sleep journal showing your sleep and wake times. Tell them about what you've tried. Sometimes there could be something more serious causing your sleep problems, so you don't want to wait on that. So that's it. That's the plan, the 60-minute deep sleep protocol. It's not a quick fix. It's a sequence. The digital sunset to manage your environment, the gratitude stack to calm your mind, the body release to let go of physical tension, and the mindful close to guide you right into sleep. This isn't another hack. It's a fundamental shift in how you approach your evening. It's about taking deliberate, science-backed action to prepare your mind and body for the rest it's begging for. You have the power to stop fighting for sleep and start inviting it in. The journey to deep restorative sleep doesn't start when your head hits the pillow. It starts with this 1-hour ritual. Tonight, don't try to do everything perfectly. Just start 60 minutes before bed. Turn off your screens and follow the first step. That's it. Give it a try and come back and tell me how it went. And if you want more science-backed strategies to help you feel and perform your best, make sure you subscribe. Now, go get some rest.